So my question was, Dr. Mensah, is why do we have puffy eyes and under eye circles?
That is amazing good question. There are so many variety of things that will happen whenever really you begin to experience this very puffy eyes element. One thing we should bear in mind, like the way we said before, when it comes to hormonal issues, when the hormone becomes out of balance, one of the things that will occur is the result of having this very puffiness of the eyes. Why? Because your immune system do become very weak and you are subject to infection. So many elements, whenever people have this very puffy eyes over there, number one thing that you have to think about is the immune system. You have to really check those very things very well because they might be subject to some infection that might be going on out there. Number one, the deprivation of sleepiness. If people really couldn't sleep, they don't have enough, at least, between 8.5 hours of sleep. I personally recommend maybe from 7 hours. At least you should get at least 7 hours of sleep every day. If you sleep or you keep on sleeping less than 7 or 8 hours a day, you are subject to have this very really cold, this very dark, because you start having stress going on. And when the stress keep on really going on, it's eating your immune system very, very well to a degree. Infection can really accumulate over there. You begin to have irritation of water fluid in your system. All those very things can result whenever really you don't check them out. They can result, and those are the manifestation. A good example, like say, whenever somebody is bitten by insect or something. When something stings you, like a bee or wax or whatever it is, you will see that all of a sudden, whenever it hits your skin, it goes in, it transmits the poison or the real cold infection into your system within a few seconds before it becomes that very place started to swell. That is something, reaction begin to take place inside the real cold, the collagen or your skin. The same way, whenever really you have all this really cold, the immune system that really become very weaker, the result of the weakness can really be open to many other things. Now, I've prepared a few notes that will help us to elaborate more on this very subject. Maybe with those of you who would like to take some few notes, maybe that will help you. So let's really go over my few notes over here on A and B and C and so on and so forth here. Number one, we are saying the stage of really cold, this very puffiness or swelling of the face can be a result of really cold infection from the earlier stages. Number two, a sleep deprivation or oversleeping can cause that. I knew that this thing was true because many often whenever you are traveling on a plane for say 24 hours, and you are traveling say from here to overseas, and you're on the plane for a long time, and you didn't sleep so well. Anytime you go and check your face in the mirror, you see that your face begins to swell up. Why? Because really something is telling you that really you have begin to really deprive this that really cold, your immune. And sometimes they will come and give you a warm, really hot towel to really, and all that kind of stuff. All those other things can really relieve certain, stuff, but it doesn't work permanently. You need that very optimal level of that very really sleeping, as a part of your routine. If you keep on really working, and you can't really sleep, something's wrong. That is why we recommend melatonin into the equation. Because when the more you become stressed, your melatonin level in your body has declines. So when it declines, can I tell you as a result, there are so many things that are going to happen. And one thing also that we need to really bear in mind that really there is no one technique that somebody might say, okay, this very particular regimen work for Mrs. B or Mr. K. Therefore, that regimen should really cover everybody. No, everybody have different immune system, the way it operates. That is why whenever we are dealing with people as an anti-aging health professionals, our goal number one is to make sure that really we have to really keep on updating the blood element. A blood test has to be done all the time. Either the saliva test or the blood test have to be done all the time to make sure that whatever really supplement you are taking them accordingly. You don't overdose yourself, you don't take excess, and so on and so on and so forth. So these are some of the things. The next, fluid retention. You see, when become, your body become really poor, especially women who really are pregnant. When women are pregnant, they do have a lot of fluid in their system because they have a lot of water going on in the system. That is when women really conceive and they get to a time whereby they're going to deliver the baby. There are three things that will happen. That very bunch of the water that contained, the water have to come out, the blood have to really come out, then the baby really have to come out. So there is a lot of a lot of fluid really going on in the body. All these very things need to be really make sure that everything really is going on. If really you have your baby around and there is no proper really water condensed around the baby, there is a danger over there. There is dryness. If really there is too much of fluid also around it also, there can be really problem over the bed. Everything should be balanced. That is why it is very important. You see that many of them when women get pregnant, all of a sudden their legs begin to really swell up and so on and so forth. You have to really watch your intaking of really salt. You have to really be careful about their intaking of salt and so on and so forth. Next. So these are really are all connected really with hormone issue. Now, we have something that also that really I think we need to be careful about it. Diet. That is very important whenever we are dealing with really our skin issues. I personally, one of the things that I have really discovered, there are some, a debate goes on back and forth. Some said, oh, you have to take salt. Some say you don't have to take salt. I personally, when I take too much excess of salt, there is a reaction on my skin. When I consume a lot of salt, I do have reaction on my skin. See, why? We, as a general, our environment have been polluted with a lot of salt in the whole environment. People doesn't think about it. The air that we breathe, where does it come from? It doesn't come from the sky. The air comes from the ocean. And the wind that will come from the ocean, what does it really contain? It contains salty. It contains a lot of salty. So whenever really you keep on really eating a lot of salt in your body, and you don't check the consumption of the salty element in your body, the salt by itself can create a lot of watering in the system. Salt is not bad, but when you take too much of it, can I tell you something? It's going to really lead into really hypertension and so on. There are so many people that really they have really high blood pressure that is going on, that they were trying different things and nothing was working. But can I tell you something? One element alone can make the difference. Your salt consumption, your sugar consumption, you watch these very things. Your fatty consumption, you have to really watch these very things. And the problem out there is sometimes our diet elements, we don't watch them. See, there are so many people that, let me tell you guys a story. There was a gentleman who drive a truck. And this very man, he would be somewhere at the age of maybe 59, 60. They just married, I think, last year. And I was conducting a seminar here. And this very, somebody talked to them about me, and they came. When they came, I asked him the first question: what kind of a really property compounds did your physician really recommended? They gave him all this very kind of bunch of all these very pain medications and here and there. Out of all of the medicine that really they prescribed, there were only two, which of course, calcium and even really for the vitamin D, and the dosage of the vitamin D was very low. So I said to him, I'm not going to charge him. I'm not going to ask him to really stop taking all the prescription drugs that they gave to him. But we are going to substitute some of these really supplements that really I had. So I recommended that every 2 other days, he would take some of the properties that I carry. I put this very gentleman on really vitamin D, 5,000 milligrams, that he should take them every 2 other days. Within 1 week time, the pain disappeared. Miss Barbara knows that they get married, knows this very person I'm talking about. They just get married, I think, last year. I didn't charge them, I didn't ask them for really what I said, really, just try this very property and tell me exactly what really has happened. Today, they get married, they are enjoying life. So there are so many things, you see, the way the body, you see, it isn't too much medicines even on the market that really bring healing to the body. God really has made your own body that the body is able to heal itself. If you know how to take care of that very temple, can I tell you something? All these the free radicals, when you detoxify them and the body becomes free, can I tell you something? You become brand new again. God wants you to become brand new. I want you to become brand new. Your husband wants you to become brand new. Your wife wants you to become brand new. There is only work that you need to do. And the work is really what try to learn a little bit to show yourself approved and know how to take care of this very beautiful body that God gave you as a skin. Now, there are few things that I would like to talk about, and some of you might be getting upset with me, but please, don't get upset. I love you and I know God loves you. One of the things also that do cause a puffy eyes, number one, it is the consumption of excess of smoking and alcohol. When you keep on taking too much alcohol and you keep on really, taking too much of smoking, I guarantee you that is also will cause this very puffy eyes and so on and so forth. So you have to really see how you can work with that. You might be thinking that really you are getting old. No, I have people that they work for me. And I've seen them every second, really, they have something really going on. And believe me, they started really having some problem with their body. I don't criticize them, I don't judge them. But prevention is better than cure. We have to reach a place in our life where we have to keep on really preventing things before they become alarmed. See, if you have friends that really they are indulging in these other things, you have to really love yourself to get to a point whereby whenever really your friends keep on really drinking and just smoking. Don't hate them, love them, but don't be around their company too much. I know that some of you wouldn't like me with that, but I'm telling you, my father really smokes, my grandfather smokes, and they died when they were really very young. And because of that, I make up my mind that I'm not going to touch it. And can I tell you something? I look very younger and stronger with my age. So nobody is insulting you. We just want you to really make sure that your body, your temple is God and God loves you. You take care of yourself. You want to live long for your children and your grandchildren, your wife or your husband, then you have to try to really have this adjustment in your system. And with the help of God, one day you overcome. Not that you overcome that alone, you will save money also. I remember we were at a medical conference in Florida over here. When we were there, we were about 300 physicians and scientists. And one medical doctor really was sitting just by my side while the lectures was going on. Every 5 minutes, he would get out of his chair and go outside, go and really cigar and come back. And when they come and sit down, while the lectures was going, he'll be coughing. And I kept on looking at him. There was one pharmacy from Canada, a lady. She was on my right hand side. I was in the middle on our row. And we were looking at one another's face here and there. And we were saying to ourselves, what example are you showing as a physician? You know that this very thing isn't good for you. You are coughing. You are stinking with cigarette all over the place over there. And you are coughing every second. You are coughing here and there. What are you going to tell your people? If you couldn't prevent yourself, you couldn't cure yourself. Jesus used the statement, said, physician, cure yourself, heal yourself. And this keep on going on over there. The time is coming whereby we need to help our own self. See, there are so many people, they don't want to take care of themselves. When they have the problem, they want to blame the physician. They want to really blame their health professional that, oh, they are not working, they are not good doctors and so on. So no, it's like a school. You see, it's like a school. Whenever really you are attending a school, it is not the duty of the professor to come and break your brain and begin to really put the courses there. You have a responsibility. The professor has a responsibility to teach. give you the outlines, and give you the wisdom. But when it comes to the study, it is your duty to study to show yourself approved. He cannot come and write on your exams for you. The same way when it comes to medicine. Your physician really can really make a search on everything, diagnosing that he can find on the real world, on the planet here. But he doesn't have to swallow those things for you. You see, it is your responsibility to really work with the physician. When he said, don't drink, or don't take too much excess of this very thing, obey, listen to him. Don't follow him. You will indulge whenever the physician is in there. You just go and begin to do it. Then when the problem becomes really wacky, then you call the physician and say, well, you are not a good physician. No. We need to really help one another. Your body is yours. Mine is mine. And we have to really help one another, and we will overcome the challenges that we are facing in our world. Did you know the number of really money that we spend in America here? A year, medical-wise. Over $40 billion a year for real health issues. If we know how to really educate people, can I tell you something? We won't be fighting from both Republicans and Democrats. We fight about healthcare issues over there. What we have to be fighting about is how we can really prevent diseases and sicknesses. How we can educate people to overcome it rather than cure it. Did you know the number of people that really in our whole country over here, all the prescription drugs that we have, did you know that really with the Secretary of Health, there was a debate from Congress level that really, you know, even all the medicine that we have today in our drugs today are all really poor. They are no good. Fictitious stuff. And they were asking them for 5 years. Congress was asking the question for 5 years. Why couldn't we really supply very good medicine? They said we don't have money. And even when the best pharmaceutical really poor institution in the United States, there's only one. And then when they want to really do a best product for us to be swallowing, the people doesn't have money to afford to buy it. So can I tell you something? Something is wrong with our available, the medicines we are taking. As I'm sitting here, 2 years ago when I was really struck by the deal, and I was going through a lot of challenges. If I did not know my stuff, as I'm sharing with you by now, either I lost my mind. I went to really call a doctor that I was referred from UPMC to go and see, because I was dealing with a lot of really emotional stuff, because a lot was going on with me. Nothing really was working. When they prescribed, almost like a prescription drug that they gave me to help with really my stress level, they have prescribed Parkinson's disease prescription drug for me to be taken. And when really they gave me the prescription, I went to the pharmacy over here, not far away from here. I went and get it. When I went home, I said, listen, I'm going to really have a different opinion. I'm going to do a search on these very properties, what it is. All the evidence that really that very property contain is for people that they are having Parkinson's disease. So in case I keep on taking it, I started taking it, can I tell you something? It will enter into my brain chemistry, my left brain, my right brain, my cerebrum, my ganglions. It will really become accustomed. My neurotransmission will become adapted to that very property. And can I tell you something? When I take it, all that really, I think the first dose, and I stay away from it, that is where really I'm going to get into trouble. I didn't touch that very really raw prescription drug up to today. We have our really own, really old property that by the grace of God, 2 years, I've been really using it. I'm carrying that very product right now. It sharpens the brain, it gives you energy, it helps your vitality. And can I tell you something? I myself, for 2 years, I've been using what really we are carrying. Can I tell you something? My brain is sharp, my energy level is amazing, and I'm just really glad that really I've seen the truth. Can I tell you something? God word says people perish because of lack of knowledge. So in case I didn't really study my stuff, and I keep on swallowing this very really prescription stuff that they gave me, can I tell you something? I would have been bad shape. I don't know where I would have been. Maybe I could have been in psychiatric ward by now. But the point I'm making, I'm not trying to underestimate our medical science. That is not what I'm saying. But I'm saying we have to be very careful about certain things. There are so many deaths that really goes on when it comes to wrong prescription. So anytime you have anything, discuss with a really quote, ask your physician a question about it, ask your really doctor about it, ask your friends about it. What are these very prescription doctor I'm taking? What are the benefits and what are the side effects? I want to know them. When you begin to ask those very questions, can I tell you something? You are learning. You are educating yourself. You will take something that really will not damage you, but you are taking something that will help you. I felt very strongly that this very afternoon, we have really touched on some few things. Maybe you might not be aware of them. Can I tell you something? Without physicians, we cannot survive. Without health professionals, we cannot live well. But we need to work with such a body. That is why I want to recommend the American Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine. Our physicians, God grace has given us the powerful element. I was just dreaming about really what our president and the chair about some things we were discussing. I don't want to put on the TV. I don't want this very, camera here. But I can see that we are growing, people are benefiting, and the list keep on just going on. But come back again. Your body is yours. But for your body to benefit, it is your responsibility to learn more about your body and how you can put better things to let it be the way God ordained for it to be for you. Thank you very much. And lastly, that I want to really include on this, don't forget to overcome stress. Don't forget to overcome stress. You say, how do I overcome it? By resting well. By resting well. When you are working and you get to a point for you to rest, don't overwork it. When you see the way your body functions, anytime really you are working and you get to a point whereby really you begin to feel like you are dozing, you feel like really you feel like relaxing. Can I tell you something? That is, your body is speaking to you, your cell is speaking to you, your neuron is speaking to you. You have to really break around that very time and rest a little bit. Just like there were some workers, whenever they are working, at time we come over, they need to smoke. They will get out of their work and go and smoke for 5 minutes and come back. The same way, you have to really take a little bit and get out of the activities a little bit. For few really work, believe me, it will change your world. It will change your world. The reason why we have so many problems in our world today, we don't know how to rest our body. See, we don't know how to rest the body. So whenever really you couldn't, handle this very issue so well, wisely, do you know what? Your whole body will become like a car. And you are driving from here to California non-stop. If you don't rest, do you know what is going to happen? You blow the car engine that we are driving with. You cannot be just driving without really changing oil here and there. From here to California, even plane, it will take you about 6 hours or even more. So also is with your body. Your body, God has programmed it well for you. When your body said you need to rest, you need to rest. Then whenever you are resting, God Almighty, the creator of the universe, the one who has created you and me, His Spirit will begin to breathe the fresh air in. That will help you before you become aware. You get up. How many of you know that whenever you are very stressful, you become cranky, you become moody, you don't want to really be around people? Or it's because really you don't want to really rest your body. So everything, every part of your body, your cells, your organ, everything in your body become confused. That's why the moodiness comes in. But whenever you rest your body, can I tell you something? You'll be refreshed, you'll be renewed, you'll be empowered with more vitality. I thank you for listening to me, and I believe that really this very brief has given you wisdom and brief understanding. May God bless you, and next week you will see us right here. So call a friend.
and come and watch us.